Hello YouTube, this is No Relax, and today I have a 34 card submission with PSA that just arrived. Now some of these are crossovers from CGC, and I haven't looked at the grades except for one card that I accidentally looked. It was the first card in the submission, but without much more to say, let's hop right in. So I'll move these out of the way. And I think what I'm going to do is take them out, put them upside down. This is the first pile. And this is a mix of some modern, some vintage. I think mostly modern though. And this is my first video, so apologies if there are any audio issues. Hopefully we'll make more if this goes well. Almost done with the second pile. Okay, I'll set them here. And if we get to one with, or if we get to a card that's a crossover, I'll put the CGC grade on top of it and we can see if we made an improvement. So this first one, hopefully I didn't spoil that in the video. This one is actually a PSA crossover. Or not a crossover, but just a resubmission. You can see right here. Oh, I think I just spoiled it. It ended up getting the same grade. So I guess they were accurate with the grade that they gave it the first time. Not too bad. At least we didn't drop to an 8. Let me set that here. Let's look at the second one. Oh, okay. This is a Tapu Lele GX from Hidden Fates. This one had previously, put this on top without showing the grade. Okay. This was previously a 9 from CGC with subgrades of 8.5 for centering, 9 surface, 9.5 corners, and 9.5 edges. There wasn't really anything wrong with this card, so I'm really hoping we got a bump in the grade. Let's see. Gem Mint 10. There we go. Nice. I'm really happy. It jumped from a CGC 9. All these were blue labels, so they were the old labels from CGC. A lot of people say that CGC was a little stricter when they had the blue labels. I'm hoping that's the case, because if that's the case, then most of these should be getting that grade bump. So nice Tapu Lele GX from Hidden Fates, getting our first PSA 10 for this submission. Let me set that there. Okay, so this is also Hidden Fates, Moltres and Zapdos. Or Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX, Hidden Fates Full Art. Let me see if this one's a resubmission. Yeah, I think it is. I'm trying to think if I submitted more Moltres, Zapdos, and Articunos, but I think this is the only one. This was previously a CGC 9. Edges 9.5, corners 9.5, surface 9.5. So it was really only the centering that dropped this down to a 9. Let's see if we were able to get that 10. Gem Mint 10, nice. 2 upgrades so far from the CGC crossover cards. Very happy with this one. Let me see this one. Okay, Empoleon V. This one is not a resubmission. And I also don't know if I should have submitted this one, but I took a look at the card and it seemed very well centered, no flaws that I saw. So I'm hoping that this did get the 10. It's not the best card to grade, but with the bulk special that PSA was having, I figured that I'd send it in. Let's see. What is this on the card? No, I think that's actually just normal. Hopefully that's not a stain or something, huh? Let's see. Gem Mint 10. Nice. Looks like that was just part of the card. 3 10s, 1 9. The 9 is from a previous PSA submission that I had done, so it kept the grade. Pretty happy so far. Blaziken B, this is another one that I had in my collection. And it looks pretty clean, so I wanted to grade it as well. We can take a look here, a closer look at the corners, the centering. Nothing wrong with it. Take a closer look at the back too. Looks very clean. And we did get the 10. Amazing. Something interesting about this submission too is this was the June special for PSA. So I submitted I made the submission, I think June 30th or something, the last day that it was allowed. And it took me a while to send the cards after I made the submission. And it arrived to PSA on July 8th. And today is August, let me see. I think it's August 8th today. I don't know the date. But it within a month, it was already back to me. Like, it arrived to PSA on July 8th, and I think they began grading on July 13th or something. And it already got shipped back to me. I was pretty happy with the turnaround speed. It's great to see just a month for a bulk submission like this. Okay, Leafeon VMAX, Japanese from EV Heroes. This is just another card that I thought was really clean, and being an evolution, I wanted to grade it. Really clean looking card. And we did get the 10. Let's move on to the next one. I think that might have been the only Japanese card. There are some other cards in here from Spanish. So you'll see those. I don't want to spoil what they are. Ooh, this Lucario. I think this one was also graded. No, this one was actually not graded by CGC. I think this might have just been one that I had in my binder collection, and I wanted to grade it too. It looked really clean, but I also know that these sort of Rainbow GX cards are a little harder to grade. I can't see anything wrong with it. I'm hoping that it can focus. It looks very clean to me. Very clean. Let's take a look at the back. Not even any whitening on it. This is a pretty expensive card if it gets a 10, so I'm hoping for the 10. Oh, mint 9. Not bad though. I think I was sort of expecting it. I'm trying to see if there was anything obviously wrong. Maybe that bottom right corner has a bit of a lift to it. Might have been the centering too, I'm not too sure. But we'll take a 9. At least it's not an 8. Let's move on to the next one. I don't want to make this video too long. Metagross VMAX from Chilling Reign. Another one of those cards that it looked pretty clean to me. Let's take a look at the back. Very well centered too. Nothing wrong with it that I can see. Oh, what is that? It looks like there's some ink markings on the Pokeball there. Hopefully that doesn't decrease the grade, but we'll see. Gem Mint 10. Okay, nice. So far 2 PSA 9s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 PSA 10s. Doing pretty good. Oh, we have another Japanese card. I don't even know which one that is. Glaceon GX from Hidden Fates. Shiny Glaceon GX. This one was another binder card that I had. I pre-graded it. It also seemed pretty clean. Let's take a closer look. Doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with it. We'll take a look at the back. Very clean card. Let's see. Gem Mint 10. Awesome. I'm thinking of submitting some more cards to PSA. They don't have a special going on right now, but there's some other cards that I found in my binders which I feel are worth grading. So I'll consider it. Not too sure, but this submission has been going perfect so far, so I can't complain at all. Leafeon V-Star, another Japanese card. I probably shouldn't have graded this one, but it looked very clean. It's a Japanese card. It's an evolution. Just remove. Oh, looks like there's a hair inside the case. That was definitely not on the card when I sent it in. Wow. I don't know if that was a PSA mistake when they were encapsulating the card in the holder, but we'll see if that impacted the grade. Gem Mint 10. Wow. It got a 10, and there's, you can definitely see it. There's a hair inside of that slab. It looks like like Leafeon has an eyebrow, but it still got the 10. That's crazy. So Japanese Leafeon V-Star from V-Star Universe. Yeah, that is crazy. Tiny little hair on the card right there. I'll probably have to reach out to PSA to have them reholder that. Oh, there's another Japanese card there. I have no idea. I know the submission was 34 cards, but I'm beginning to wonder what I even submitted. So we have a Full Art Sylveon VMAX from Evolving Skies. Beautiful card. Pre-graded this one as well. Didn't find anything wrong. Looking at it now, I think it might be a little right heavy on the centering. Let's take a look at the back. Yeah, I definitely don't think it's perfectly centered. But there's also nothing else that I can see wrong with the card. So let's see. Ooh, we got a Mint 9. Okay, so it looks like the centering definitely played a part in this grade. But not too bad so far. Should move these here so we can get a better look at them. Next up, oh, we have, okay, another Japanese card. Wow. Greninja EX. 2024 Greninja EX. This was also just sitting in my, I think it was my bulk EX pile. Greninja Pokemon card. I said, why not? Probably shouldn't have graded this one either, but being a Japanese card, I knew they're a little easier to grade, and I feel I can definitely sell this for more than the grading cost and the card cost, which is not very high at all for a Japanese EX card. So hopefully we got that 10. Gem Mint 10, perfect. Set that over here. Let's take a look at this next Japanese card. Ooh, Charizard EX. Another one that I pre-graded. I remember this one now. I saw it, it looked pretty clean. I think I got these Japanese EX cards from a lot on Facebook for about 50 cents each or 60 cents each. So I didn't pay much for these at all. Japanese EX cards are not really expensive anyway, but being a Charizard, if we get a 10, we definitely did good. So Gem Mint 10 Japanese Charizard EX, that is perfect. We take those every day. Ooh, okay, so a Shadow Rider Calyrex B. This one was just one that was sitting in my binder. It has some pretty cool artwork there. You can see the Calyrex. Looking at the card, nothing immediately wrong. Maybe a little bottom heavy, definitely bottom heavy if we take a closer look. So I'm not sure if this one got the 10. This might be a 9. I'm thinking this is a 9. Oh, Gem Mint 10, wow. I'm definitely surprised because the centering is definitely not perfect. But I do know PSA has, I think it's 60-40 for centering and in terms of how lenient they are. But wow, we're doing really good on this submission, guys. I'm very surprised. I was very skeptical because this is actually my second PSA submission. The first submission I did was, I think, like 12 cards. This one was the first big one that I did. So I was very scared going into it. But so far, we're doing really good. This one, Lucario and Melmetal GX. This is a promo card that came in one of the tins, I believe. This one might be very hard to grade because it just by the nature of how it comes inside a tin and you have to take it out of the cardboard that it comes in. You can damage the card. But I think I took a look at this one and felt confident that it was going to do well. At least a 9 for sure. Nothing immediately wrong with the card. This is just from being inside the box there. But looks like a very clean card. So I'm hoping for the 10. Maybe a 9 just because it's a promo. We'll see. Gem Mint 10. Awesome. Wow. We're doing great. I am very surprised. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Ooh, Mew and Mewtwo GX from Unified Minds. I don't think this one is a promo. I thought it was a promo, but it doesn't look like it's a promo. This is definitely a beautiful card. Just look at the artwork there, Mewtwo and Mew. Take a closer look to see if there's anything wrong with the card. I don't want to spoil the grade. I think that corner right there might have a bit of the foil being scratched. With these full art GX cards, it's a little tougher to grade them because of just how they're filled with foil. It's much easier to scratch. Take a look at the back. Very clean, very, very clean. Hoping for that 10, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 9. Gem Mint 10 Mewtwo and Mew GX. Let's go. Let's go. That is amazing. Ooh, okay. So these next couple of ones might all be the same card, Celebi and Venusaur GX, and I will show you why without spoiling the grade. So I had 3 of these graded with CGC back in 2021, I believe, or 2020. I forgot when I graded these, but they all got either mint 9s or one of them got an 8.5 actually. And I felt that they really did look very good. So I think this was just CGC being very strict with their grades back when everyone was sending them cards, back when they had the blue labels too. I'm not sure how to tell which one was the 9, which one was the 8.5. So we'll just assume it was this one. Let me place the paper on top. Hopefully I am covering the grade, okay? So CGC crossover, I did crack all these slabs before sending them in, as you can tell from me having the actual paper here. But let's see if we got a grade bump. Mint 9, okay, so maybe that was the 8.5, I'm not sure. It's very hard to tell. But so far we got 1 9 on the Celebi and Venusaur GX. There should be 2 more of these in the submission. As long as we didn't get a grade decrease, I'm not too mad about it. Let's see, okay, another Celebi and Venusaur GX. Let's put the little paper on top. So if that was the 8.5, then these next 2 were definitely the 9s. Let's hope that's the case and that the 9s did get the grade bump to the Gem Mint 10. Let's see. Mint 9. Oh no. At least 110, please. Well, at least the grade is consistent so far, so you can't be too mad about that. And even if we did get 3 9s, we technically did get a grade increase because one of them was an 8.5. So, oh, Gem Mint 10. I kind of spoiled that one. I apologize. But I'm happy. I'm very happy that at least one of them got the 10. So we did very good on that. One of them maintained the grade and one of them definitely got an increase. Well, 2 of them got an increase. One got a full grade bump and another one got a half point grade increase from a CGC 8.5 to a PSA 9. And obviously PSA cards are valued more and are often easier to sell than CGC. That's also why I wanted to crack all these slabs open, because I went to a card show. I had a bunch of these CGC cards on the table and man, no one really wanted to buy them. They were all interested in the PSA cards, not really interested in the CGC cards. So I figured, let me crack these cards open, and in the worst case, I won't lose anything because it'll just get more value just from being in a PSA slab than a CGC slab. So that's great. This is a Mewtwo KFC promo. I think it was from Indonesia. Yeah, Indonesia KFC promo. It's from the same set as the Pikachu. I had submitted in the first submission that I sent in, I submitted the KFC Pikachu and the KFC Charizard. The Charizard got a 10, the Pikachu got a 9, and as you saw earlier in the video, it also got a 9 in this submission. But I decided to submit the Mewtwo this time and see if we could get the 10 on the Mewtwo. Let's take a closer look here. So you can see it's a very clean card. This one is not really valuable per se, but still a pretty unique Mewtwo card. If we get the 10, that's obviously going to be amazing. Let's see. Gem Mint 10. Perfect. So now we have the Charizard and the Mewtwo from the KFC promo set in a Gem Mint 10. And we're still missing the Pikachu. The Pikachu got the same grade it got last time. So let's move on. I'm going to set these to the side here, so we can move to the last pile of cards. We've been doing amazing so far. Ooh, okay. This is where we get to the vintage. Okay, thankfully that hair was not inside the slab like the last one. Let's move it out of the way. This is a shadowless Poliwrath from base set. It was very, very clean. Let's see if I can get a closer look here. No foil scratches that I could see. No whitening, very well centered too. It's a little left heavy. Actually, noticeably it is left heavy, but it's a very clean card. Let's see. Let's take a look at the back. I was really hoping this at least got the 9. I'm really hoping this got the 9. If it gets an 8, I'm not gonna be unhappy about an 8 on a vintage card like this. But I really submitted this in hopes of it getting a 9. If it got a 10, then I'd be very, very surprised. Mostly because I didn't get upcharged, and I have heard people do get upcharged for cards like these getting a very high grade. Let's see here. This might be just some, yeah, that was just on the holder itself. Let's see, the shadowless Poliwrath from base set got a PSA 9 mint. Awesome. I will take that. 9 on a shadowless vintage card. That is amazing. I am very happy with that one. We'll set that in the 9 pile. These might, oh, okay. This is a big one. This is one of my favorite cards. I picked this up when I was in college, and I got a very, very good deal on it on Mercari. And I had graded this with CGC, and it got a near mint 7. So I was submitting this to PSA in hopes that I could at least get a PSA 7. Ideally, a PSA 8 is what I was hoping to get. Centering 9.5, surface 7, corner 7, and edges 8. So let's take a closer look at the card here. You can definitely see the edges do have some wear. But outside of that, I wasn't noticing anything immediately obvious, even on the surface, as you can see. No big scratches. I don't even think there's a scratch. Oh, there might be some there. But the card was in really good condition. On the back, yes, there is a bit of whitening on the corners. Actually, 3 corners there have some whitening. It's a vintage card, and I did get it from another person, so it's not in perfect condition. But if it gets an 8, I will be really happy. And if it gets a 7, then that's okay, because at least I didn't get a grade decrease. So let's see. The Rocket Snorlax got a near mint 7 PSA. I'll take that. I think the blue label looked a little cooler on the card just because it had the subgrades. But at least it didn't go down a grade. So we're seeing a lot of consistency here in the way PSA and CGC grades their cards. There's a bunch of them that got grade increased, but this one maintained the grade. So I'm happy about that. PSA 7 near mint Rocket Snorlax EX. 24 minutes in. Okay, this is a Gyarados Holo from base set that is also a CGC crossover. I have no idea. Let me just cover it up, okay? How this got a 6.5. I really tried looking at the card. It said the surface was a 6.5. When I cracked it, I tried wiping it off with a microfiber cloth too. See, there might have been a fingerprint or something on it. I'm not sure. Corners also got a 6.5. I think it's just because of the way that the card was cut. But there isn't any... Oh, actually, yeah, the corners definitely are beat up. Yeah, the corners are definitely beat up. So the 6.5 on the corners makes sense. The surface one, I wasn't sure what might have dropped the grade that much, but we'll see what we get. Ooh, PSA 6. Okay, so technically our first grade decrease, 0.5, but that's okay. Guess there's something on the surface that I really just can't see on the card. Might be on the back. It's probably, is that a, yeah, I think that might be like a little dent on the card, but that's okay. A PSA 6 base set Gyarados. Okay, RCS V-Star from Crown Zenith. This one I got as part of a trade at the most recent card show I attended. It looked very clean, so I felt confident in buying it from, or trading for it. And we'll just take a look at what it got. Gem 10. Yes, this one I was very confident about. I pre-graded this. There's just nothing wrong with this card. Centering, it looks flawless. Everything else looked perfect. So I'm happy it got the grade that it deserves. Gem 10 RCS V-Star from Crown Zenith. Okay. Ooh, Ho-Oh EX Full Art from Breakpoint. This one is another one that I submitted as part of my first PSA submission. Okay, didn't spoil it. It did get a 9 last time. I just submitted it again in hopes of it maybe getting a bit more leniency. I don't think this card is one that I would say is a 10, but there's also nothing, there's a bit of whitening right there, like a tiny bit of whitening. I don't even think the camera is able to pick it up. It's a bit off-center, top heavy on the back. Let's see what it got. Ooh, Gem Mint 10. That's what we like to see. Wow. So it did get a bit more leniency this time. Went from a PSA 9 as part of my first submission to a PSA 10 in this next submission. Wow, that increased the value on this card by a ton. And it's the same card. That is crazy. Wow. PSA 10 Ho-Oh Full Art from Breakpoint. Very happy to see that one. Lycanroc GX from Hidden Fates. This one was graded a, I don't want to spoil the grade. Okay. Was graded a CGC 9, blue label, corners 10, edges 9.5, surface 9, centering 9. It looked very clean to me. Take a look at the back. Absolutely no whitening, nothing wrong with the card that I was able to tell. So let's just see what it got. PSA 10, nice grade bump. We're seeing a ton of grade bumps from the CGC blue labels. Back then, CGC was definitely tougher on how they graded cards. Now I see a bunch of CGC 10s, and yeah, even the thing that they did where they would bump up your 9.5 to a 10, that was just silly in my opinion. But I could definitely tell that they were very strict when they graded my cards in the beginning and they had those blue labels. So PSA 10, nice, from Hidden Fates. The Decidueye GX from Hidden Fates as well. This one is going to be a little more interesting to see because this one got a CGC 8.5. So let me cover that up. And let's see, so it got an 8 on the surface. So this one was another one that I wiped down with a microfiber cloth before submitting. So hopefully I took care of whatever was wrong with the surface. We can see there. Doesn't look like anything is wrong. Very well centered too. Just take a look at the back. Yeah, very clean card. So hoping for the 10. If it gets a 9, I'll also be happy because that's a grade bump. But let's see what we got. PSA 10 from a CGC 8.5 to a PSA 10. That's a 1.5 grade increase. That is crazy. Okay, wow. You can definitely tell that CGC was a lot more strict than what PSA is now with these cards. Modern cards with PSA tend to do better than grading with CGC back then. Nice. So let's take a look at the PSA 10 pile so far, and this is the PSA 9 pile, or not even the 9 pile. This has a 7. Okay. So we have 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 PSA 9s, and everything else is a PSA 10. So that's a majority of our submission being PSA 10. That is really, really good. We definitely did well with this submission. Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX. Okay, I think I made a mistake. In the beginning, I said that the Moltres and Zapdos that we had was graded with CGC. I actually think this is the one that we see here. So 69 out of 68. Yep. I made a mistake at the beginning. The other Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno was not graded by CGC. This is the one that got a mint 9 by CGC. They said that the centering was 8.5. I do know PSA is a little more lenient on the centering. They grade a little more strict when it's the surface. So hopefully we got that 10. Yes, Gem Mint 10. Awesome. Awesome crossover. They're definitely worth it. This card is a really cool looking card. I really like the way it looks. I think that rainbow cards are a little undervalued now that we have all those alternate arts. There's definitely better artwork now, but there's something about the rainbow cards that I really like. So happy to see that this one got the 10. Okay, let's keep going. We should have 3 more. Yeah, 3 more CGC crossovers, including one Japanese one. So let's see. Oh, okay. Magikarp and Wailord GX from Team Up. This is a card that got an 8.5. Let me cover it up. Okay. This was graded by CGC. It got an 8.5. Centering got an 8.5. Surface got an 8. So that definitely brought it down. And this is another one of those that I wiped down before submitting, trying to get rid of anything that might be on the surface that might have given it the 8. When I submitted to CGC and it got the 8.5, I really had no idea what I was doing. I wasn't pre-grading any of the cards. If it looked like it was well-centered, I just submitted it. I didn't even take them out of the top loaders or wipe them out with microfiber. And even if the cards are packed fresh, there might be a little particle or a little dust or whatever that gets on the card, and that's definitely going to impact the surface. So this one got an 8.5, but we can see that it is very, very clean. And from a team up set, has an iconic Pokemon like Magikarp. I think this one is worth quite a bit as well. So really hoping that it got the 10. I won't be mad if it's a 9. So let's see what we got. Ooh, PSA 9. Okay. A bit of an increase from 8.5 to a 9. So I'll take that. Not the 10 that I was hoping for, but I was also not expecting it to get a 10 from an 8.5. I'll set this in the PSA 9 pile. Okay, this is the other CGC crossover. This one was a Rocket Scyther that got graded an 8.5 by CGC. Let me cover it up. Okay. This card was very clean. I do know that CGC is a little more lenient with vintage cards than PSA. So I'm expecting consistency on this one, to be honest. I wouldn't be mad if it got an 8, but it looked very clean. It doesn't have any whitening on the card. Let me just show the camera. So yeah, Rocket Scyther, 1998 Japanese. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. PSA 10. That is crazy. This is a vintage Japanese card that got a Gem Mint 10 from a CGC 8.5. Wow. Wow. I don't know what the population is on this card. I don't know if it's high, but it's still a very cool card. Getting that PSA 10, just, I am at a loss for words. We did amazing on this submission. Okay, these next 4 cards, I'm pretty sure I know what they are. I did spoil the grade for me just on one of them. These are all going to be first edition base set Pokemon in Spanish. So we have Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. I think I got these from Facebook a while ago, and they were in pretty good condition, but I never really graded them. I just had them sitting in my binder. It's a pretty cool card. Spanish, first edition. You don't see that too often, so might as well grade them. I pre-graded these. I am hoping to get at least all of them to be a 9, but we will see. Ooh, near mint 8. Okay. Let's see if we can find out why you got the 8. Okay, there's a bit of whitening on that bottom right corner that you can see. Definitely some whitening right there. Let me see if I can pick it up. Yeah, okay, so this grade makes sense. That's a lot of whitening on that corner. Not upset about this one. PSA 8, first edition Pikachu from base set in Spanish. This is the Squirtle, also in Spanish, first edition base set. This is just on the holder. Nothing obvious in the front. Let's look at the back. You can see some whitening right there as well. I think all the corners have a bit of whitening, so this is probably an 8 as well. Yep, near mint 8. Let's see. Bulbasaur, okay. Spanish, first edition. Let's take a look at the back. Okay, there's some whitening on this corner, whitening on this edge and the corner as well. All the corners have a bit of whitening. These are old cards. You don't really expect to get 10s on these. So I'm thinking this one is an 8 as well. Ooh, near mint 7, okay. Not too bad, not the greatest, but we'll take it. And then the last one, I unfortunately did spoil it for myself already, but it is the Charmander. This one was the first card in the submission, so I think I just clicked something on the website and it showed it to me, and I read the grade already. It got a 9. So mint 9 Charmander. It's nice because I'm pretty sure the Charmander is probably worth the most out of all those base set starters. It is in Spanish, so it's not worth a whole ton. I think I checked eBay and it was around 50 bucks or so. But it's still a cool card. I'll probably try to sell them as a set at the next card show I attend. But yeah. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any feedback, just drop it in the comments below. Here are the final results. And this should be in the PSA 9 pile. This is everything that got less than a 9. So we have a 7, 8, 8, 6, and a 7 on the Rocket Snorlax. That one was my favorite card, so I'm happy it's in a PSA slab now. These are the 9s. It's a quick recap. Got a Charmander, Magikarp and Wailord GX, a Shadowless Poliwrath in a PSA 9. This is a great card. The Celebi and Venusaur GX, Celebi and Venusaur GX, Sylveon VMAX, Lucario GX, and the KFC Pikachu, which kept the original grade from my first submission. In total, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the 34 cards in the submission got a PSA 9. If we add it to these other ones that got less than a 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 13 cards that didn't get a PSA 10, and everything else got a PSA 10. You have the pile right here. And I see the video is getting long, so I won't go through the whole pile. Well, maybe I will. So let's go really fast. The Rocket Scyther was previously a CGC 8.5. Moltres Articuno, or Moltres Zapdos and Articuno GX from Hidden Fates. The Sidgewai GX. All these are PSA 10s. Lycanroc GX. Ho-Oh EX Full Art from Breaking Point. Previously got a PSA 9. Now it got a PSA 10. Arceus V-Star. KFC Mewtwo from Indonesia. Celebi and Venusaur crossover from a CGC 9 to a PSA 10. Mewtwo and Mew GX PSA 10. And I would definitely say that it was worth cracking the slabs. I know a lot of people just submit crossovers by submitting the slabs themselves, but I think that has some bias. I think it was definitely worth it for me to crack open the slabs and send them in raw. So I would recommend that based on this experience. Lucario and Melmetal GX, Shadow Rider Calyrex, Charizard EX, Greninja EX, Leafeon V-Star, Glaceon GX. We got a Metagross VMAX, a Japanese Leafeon VMAX, a Blaziken V from Chilling Rain, and Empoleon B from Battle Styles. The Hidden Fates Full Art Moltres Zapdos and Articuno GX, PSA 10. And last but not least, Tapu Lele GX, which was also a CGC. I believe it was a CGC 8.5. No, CGC 9. It went from a CGC 9 to a PSA 10. That's it for the video, guys. Thanks a ton. If you made it this far, drop a like. I'm not sure how often I'll be uploading any videos or if I will upload videos outside of this one, but I'm happy to share this submission. Amazing results. I really did not expect we would do this well. But we were able to prove that CGC blue labels grade up on PSA, or at least they maintained the original grade. We didn't get a decrease. I think we only got one, which was maybe a 0.5 decrease. But everything else did very, very well. And thank you for watching. See ya.